won't be sick, it won't be a fever. Man, that girl can end your life like Gilbert Arenas. I go to bed now, I'm dreaming, selling out arenas. They got my nigga for no reason, I'm my brother's keeper. So fuck it, I gotta go off when I play through the speakers. They ain't like my shit before, I made them a believer. I'm on my bully, I need like 500 for a feature. Only facts I be spitting and the shit get deeper. Shorty calling up my line, she really think I need her. Calling, texting, telling me she want me in between her. If she fucking other niggas, then why would I keep her? Adapted to my environment, I'm a different creature.
That's a fact. If she fucking other niggas, why you keeping her?
There's a lot of funny niggas that be letting that shit happen.
KM Cash, shout out to KM Cash. That song was Rain. You could find it on his album Pressure on all streaming platforms.
I'm about to go home.
What y'all think about that? How y'all like that song?
It was fire.
Some good.
I like it. I liked it a lot. Even though Brady was distracting me with his little moment he was having over there, dead ass.
I'm gonna bump that shit in my room by myself.
That song, that song put me in a mindset.
Put me in my zone.
Yeah, put me in a zone. I like that. I always like when a song does that.
Facts.
That was really dope. Alrighty, this is your host and your favorite multifaceted black girl, Alexandra Alexis. I'm here with Black Nasarima, SOS Brady. Oh my God, what is that? Some new Naga. And then we got our couch niggas doing couch nigga things. Phil out there, skin out weather. Ooh. Yes, this is shaving and putting lotion on weather now.
Yeah, but he stay.
I mean, you don't gotta shave. You don't gotta shave.
You ashy as hell, man.
Yo, don't front on me, bro.
Take him outside.
He about to look down at his knees and double check.
We got our behind the scenes man, the swaggiest, infamous Nova. Stop playing.
Nova, stop. Where are we going? Nigga, always going somewhere, bro.
He is.
Look a fucking fit. Where we going? I'm going too, bro. I'm going too. I don't care.
Not with your fit. You ain't going nowhere with please.
Out of pocket.
That got over the laugh. We got Todifer. Drinking his. Is that your box of Joe?
Yeah, man, I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, get it together.
Busy man. All right, Frank.
And then we got the one and only Jones. And this is the 5th episode of Pass the Aux. Soundbites. Come on. Pass the Aux, motherfucker. Pass the Aux.
I got 5.
How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling?
How'd you feel about that movie? That shit was trash.
That what?
It's only because you did see it twice.
No, that shit was whack.
You gotta see it twice to understand it.
Us was not
money to understand it,
bro.
They talking about us. They talking about us, by the way.
We're talking about us, by the way, just in case you ain't know.
I didn't like it, honestly.
You didn't like it? What didn't you like about it?
I don't know. It just didn't live up to the expectations.
Did you think it was gonna be a horror movie?
Not even.
I did. That was my
thriller. It's supposed to be like a thriller. Yeah.
Did you think it was slow? Because a lot of people were telling me they didn't like it because they felt like it was very slow.
I just didn't.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't get it.
I mean, I feel like if you didn't get it, you're simple-minded.
Oh my God.
Fuck up his sound next time, yo. Yo, record's about to be trash.
Explain to me what it is. Brady was on Google for like 5 hours trying to understand.
Nah, bro, I read. So what happened was...
I don't know, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it. I don't know why.
If you haven't seen it by now, especially if you black, I don't care if this is a spoiler.
The point, one of the big themes of it was, y'all know the twist at the end when they found out it was the girl that they ended up switching and shit. The whole point of it at the end, the reason why you come out feeling uneasy is because at the end of the day, you're kind of a little unsure who the victim is.
Yeah.
Like, who had it worse? The girl who had a life and got it taken away from her? Or is it the girl? So then there's that, right? Boom. Okay. So then there's also, it'd be easier to say what part didn't you get? So
I got the movie, I just didn't like it.
Okay.
All right, so you got it. You just didn't like it.
So you ain't like I thought that had some of like the best directing. Like that last scene
was amazing. Was Lupita?
I thought that was some of the best. Not even that. Like the dance they was doing in that big last monologue in the basement.
That was fire.
That was some of the
best directing I've seen in a long time.
And Lupita Nyong'o
phenomenal.
made that
Phenomenal.
She made the whole movie.
Nah, cause you know why?
6 out of 10.
Even when I seen it, the first time I seen it, I fell asleep during that shit. I thought it was whack, and then the second time,
Trey, you didn't think it was whack. You was just tired and you fell asleep.
Remember when I came out? When I went out of the movie?
Well, you also said that you missed a majority.
Yeah,
of the movie.
I did.
Yeah, because you were sleeping.
That's true.
I like Get Out better in my opinion.
Yeah,
a lot of people said that.
I don't know. I ain't like it.
I get you.
I think it was hard for Jordan Peele because people were expecting so much from that movie. But I thought it was amazing. Yeah, I thought he hit it on the nail, and I think he got his message across. And if anything, people are talking about it and people are very confused by it. And I think that's what his whole point of it.
He finds elaborate ways to get a message across. Like, he finds ways that are unconventional. Like, to the point where maybe some people can see it as unnecessary. You know what I mean? It's like going around the block to say you went next door, but like he finds a way. At least he found a way that every time I was falling off, he got me back in.
Yeah, he would do something to get you back in.
Around the time where I was like, all right, what's happening next? Boom, something else happened. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, where we going? So
it was good. I like how much attention to detail he
Again,
puts
if you
into
didn't
his
like it,
movies.
I feel like you don't read.
A lot of attention to detail.
If you don't like it, you don't read. If you didn't like it, if you didn't like it,
I got nothing to do with it.
You didn't like it, you don't eat your
saying.
vegetables. If you don't like it, you don't eat your vegetables. If you don't like it, you got beat as a kid every day.
Alrighty. Pass the aux, nigga. Pass the aux. Oh my God. So I know for the past 2 weeks, something very heavy has been weighing on the culture. And, you know, the last time we were here shooting, right after, actually, we found out about the news of the senseless murder of the great Nipsey Hussle. I know all of us have been talking about it. I know the world has been talking about it. And we just wanted to, you know, oh man, like, just our deepest condolences go out to the family of Nipsey Hussle and everybody affected by the death of Nipsey Hussle. And I truly feel like this was like something that impacted the world, like the universe, honestly. But yeah, it was just crazy. Like, I remember that Sunday when it happened, just the shift. Like, everybody was so, like, and I know all of you guys are huge Nipsey Hussle fans. So, like, I just remember just having conversations with you guys and just the energy. Like, Trey was just, like, he was over, like, he was over it. Yeah, that was really devastating.
That's a real nigga, man.
But honestly, this death, a lot came out of it. Like, a lot came out of it. And more than anything, I feel like the impact and his legacy and everything that he stood for came out of this death. And it shifted. It definitely brought something into the... And, like, don't you guys feel that? Like, you don't feel like it really just, like, brought something into the universe that, like, can't die? Can't ever die?
I feel what you're saying. In terms of, like, it was a lot of shit. It was a whole bunch of fucked up shit, but... there has been some type of silver lining in a sense, you know what I'm saying, where people are coming together, communities are coming together, peace rallies, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? So there has been some good, but overall for the community, we definitely lost the king, you know what I'm saying, who was working on some crazy monumental things and he was literally the epitome of what a rapper is, what it's supposed to be, like down from the tee to the socks, like he was the epitome of it. And yeah, it was big, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all feel that too, you know?
100%. But I mean, I always thought about it in a little bit of hindsight. Like, it's unfortunate that it takes somebody like him to die to bring us together. Like, because when shit like this happens, everybody's, you know, quick to hit IG, rest in peace, but nobody's trying to live in peace. You know what I mean? Like, let's live in peace, you know what I'm saying? Like, this should be a message, like, let's stop fucking killing each other. Like, for what? Every time things like this happen, bro, we're just feeding into their agenda. Like, they want us to kill each other, bro. And it's corny. It's corny.
He was working on a lot. He was doing a lot of good shit, though, for the community, man. A lot of shit that is definitely, you know what I'm saying, hopefully that a lot of other brothers can implement, you know what I'm saying, and make it their own, you know, because he was definitely reinvesting back into his neighborhood. He was doing a lot of different things, man, that he definitely deserves the credit for. He was definitely an upstanding nigga.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to highlight some of the things that he was doing. I'm gonna start out with Destination Crenshaw. He collabed with them to open like an open air people's museum. It was on Crenshaw Boulevard, and it basically just celebrates the contributions of African Americans that have, you know, staple, like different businesses, all staples in Los Angeles, which is really, that's what I really loved about Nipsey more than anything. He was so about just sticking to the community and giving back to his community and and I truly feel like as a leader, if you could at least fix your home, that's one step in changing the world. You know what I mean? And he dedicated his life to celebrating what people were doing, to even the mistakes that people had made, like just giving jobs to people who were felons, like giving people that opportunity to get back into the field and change their life. Like he was giving opportunities to people in his hood. That was amazing. And if every leader did that in their community, oh my God, the strides we can make in America, like.
I have a quick question. Do you think, at least in the hip hop culture, if we go back to our communities, is that a plus or?
It should be, but it's a lot of low-key hate, especially where you come from.
Yeah, they always hate the most where you
the
come
same
from.
way you did, but you make it out. It's just, it doesn't make sense, but somebody, no matter who you are, somebody don't like you.
That's what.
As much good as you do, somebody for some reason or another does not like you.
Yeah, and niggas is just quick to hate you where you're from. You know what I mean? That jealousy is powerful, bro. Jealousy is a powerful thing. That's why he's wrong, bro. Jealousy.
But the biggest thing for me, the reason why I don't so much agree with that statement is because, bro, like, the amount of people that came out and spoke about Nipsey, like people from his community that came out and spoke on just the impact that he made on their community. Like, yes, we can always think about the haters. We could think about, yeah, you go back to your community, there's gonna be that nigga that hates you, that nigga this, that nigga that. But the amount of love and unity and things that he did for that community, if that's your only hesitation, I feel like go back to your hood no matter what. Like, I don't think that should be something that stops you.
What you think?
I feel like you can't go back to your hood, yo.
Me too.
That's
Me
my
too.
opinion. I think you have to help out from a distance.
Yeah, me too. I think
set up certain situations where you don't have to actually be there physically.
Yeah.
But you're still benefiting the community and whatnot. But actually being in the hood,
it's dangerous.
Yeah, that shit is so dead. Like, we really lost a good king.
Yeah.
Over some stupid
Over
shit.
some dumb shit.
Like I said, he was literally the epitome of it. He was the rapper that made it out, boom, boom, and reinvested in the hood. That's what everyone always talks about, right? He did it, and this is what happened when he did it. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the prime example of what happened, why the fuck would we keep doing that then? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense at this point.
So what's the other option?
It depends on what you look at as positive and negative. If you look at death as a negative, then you shouldn't go that way. Like, if you should know coming into it, like, if you think death is the negative, like, if that's the negative side, like putting in all that work just to die and not see it, like, if you think that's a negative, then that's not your lane. Because a lot of times you're not going to see the work that you lay down for people. But if you look at death as a positive, you know what I'm saying? If you everything, all that union,
but his life shouldn't cost that though.
It shouldn't. But that's the way
stop
it is.
You. But losing your life shouldn't stop you from doing what you got to do. We need to stop being afraid of death.
Of course,
and that's the problem.
Enough, more the overwhelming majority has to be willing to put their life on the line for this.
You have to be, like, and I think African Americans need to understand that significantly. Like, bro, this country will kill you no matter what. If it's not from the foods, if it's not from just a cop killing you, if it's not from just anything that's happening in your community, then at least go out with a bang. Like, if anything this death has done for me, this death has shown me is like, bro, when I die, are people gonna...
How are they gonna remember
How are people gonna remember me?
That's
like,
definitely been a big
what are
question.
people gonna remember me for?
I disagree with it.
What you mean?
I disagree with it. I don't think, like, me personally, I feel like you should have died to prove a statement, yo.
Yeah, me neither. I'm with you on
that's
that.
pretty fucked up.
I don't think he proved the statement in death, but I think it didn't. I think it hit a different way when he died. Like, cause his presence was always there. When it finally got out the hood, they was like, oh.
My only thing is we have to figure out something.
I agree.
Where people can still help out the hood and whatnot from a distance.
Yeah,
like, we can't keep losing our leaders.
But honestly, to be honest, it boils down to mentality. Like, it's all about changing the mentality and changing the narrative.
But what are you talking about? The mentality of the whole or the mentality of the individual?
Of the whole.
You're not gonna change.
You have to change the individual to change the whole.
This is my other thing too.
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
Nipsey, he's been known for a long time. But I feel like the world started noticing Nipsey last year when he dropped the first album.
Victory Lap.
First album. So you look at from a year. It's been a year since he passed away. Picture if he stayed in the game
year since he dropped
longer. Yo, he probably would have had a more powerful impact on the world if 100%. He stayed in the world, a little bit longer and shit. I just think it's fucked up, yo. Like,
it is. It's fucked up.
It is.
It ain't right.
You only get one Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we don't
to
need
me, he's a prophet, honestly. Like, after his death and just following everything he was doing, and like, I think we just, in the moment, we loved Nipsey and we didn't realize the amazing things he was doing, even though we were noticing it, and as fans we loved him and respected him for it. Like, I feel like his death just really showed the world just what, like, oh man, I don't feel like anybody's death was ever this big like this. Like,
I mean,
not
I feel
in terms of like the things
in our lifetime.
In our lifetime, exactly.
But I also feel like, again, that comes back to the let's live in peace. Everyone's quick to hit the rest in peace. So R.I.P. R.I.P. Let's start teaching let's live in peace, bro. Because everything that he's doing now, we don't need somebody like him to die. in order to change.
But you don't think it's steps that we have to take in America to get to a point where we can live in peace?
Of course, but I think it just comes down to the fact, like, it sounds crazy, but we have to blindly trust each other. If everyone blindly, if everybody, it's not gonna happen. But that's the difference. Like, if somebody comes in, we have to trust. Like, let's say I own a business, and I see a person of color, I have to trust that I'm trying to put you on, and by me putting you on, you're also gonna give me your 110%, and we're gonna build from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We so quick to hate each other and not trust each other. It's because the way we grew up, society, we were growing up thinking black is bad, brown is different and wrong. Brown people get in trouble. Like da 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 da. There's nothing but trouble for these niggas. Like that whole narrative's got to change, and we got to come together. You see how Jews come together? Bro, they pull up to the neighborhoods, they infiltrate the neighborhood. You know why? One person lays that foundation and they got him. That's the connect. Now they pull up and he helps the next guy and they help the next guy. Next thing you know, all of Muncie is I like you're laughing, but it's how it works.
But you have to remember, Jews still are white. Black people are black. There's a big difference.
We have Black Wall Street and things like that. Like,
and they burn it down.
And they burn it down. But again, going back to Black's point, that shouldn't be enough to stop us.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. That, and I agree with that 100%. I just feel like, I see where you're coming from, Jones, but I feel like it's deep. It's deep with all of this. Like, it's so deep.
People,
I'm so.
And with this situation, we can't even blame like the quote unquote white man. It was somebody.
Somebody
looked like us.
It definitely was someone from the community, but it was someone from the community that had the, you know what I'm saying, the mentality that they gave us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was someone
I'm not falling for that shit no more, bro. We gotta stop blaming them and start looking at ourselves.
Oh no, of course, and of course.
It's just like, when we gonna change as a people?
That's what I said. Of course, you gotta change that mentality. I feel like you gotta change the mentality.
No one is taking the blame away from that. But I'm saying that it was us with the mentality that was given to us. Now it's up to us to do something with that mentality. You see what I'm saying?
Chris always says it. Are we gonna blame the virus or the computer? And I love that statement because it's so true.
Shouts to David Banner.
Could I bump some Nip real quick off his Grammy nominated album?
Yeah,
Grammy nominated.
We was pulling for you, brother.
First album, Grammy nominated.
That's how you do it.
He was a prophet, man. He was a prophet.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck.
Yes.
It was no sweat on my rep. Last time that I checked, there was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat.
Last time that I checked, one of the realest to ever do it.
But the last thing that I did want to say is that from everything Nips was doing, the biggest lesson that I learned personally from it is we really need to work within, really get back to just going to self. Like, once you, like, everything he was pursuing, everything he was, like, talking about and saying, like, as in work hard, consistency, hard work, eating right, all that all stems from within. And like you were saying, mentality, I think that's the biggest way that we can be saved in this country, is if black people truly go back to a journey back to self, like truly looking within and truly just getting mentality, your spirituality, your mentality, your physicality, like all of that. Like, you need to focus on all 3 components for us to be able to move forward as a community and as a race. Like,
gotta love each other.
And I love that he stood for that, because he didn't just stand for, I'm a rapper, work hard and consistency. He didn't just stand for, eat healthy. He stood for all of that. He stood for working on self. And then working on self, how you gonna change? How you gonna damn, how am I losing my favorite quote in the world? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? That was literally his life. His life motto. Shout out to Nips, man.
It ain't on you, it's in you, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nips.
Can we get a moment of silence for Nip?
And the marathon continues.
Marathon continues,
man. Alrighty, so now we gonna get into Kevin Hart special.
Lighter topic.
Kevin Hart.
Some comedy.
Some comedic rock star shit.
Irresponsible, because I guess now he's irresponsible.
He's very irresponsible with that fucking comedy.
You rich as hell, you ain't irresponsible.
We already hitting shots.
So is Kevin Hart funny anymore, guys?
I think he's funny.
Straight up.
Couch nigga.
Go in on that.
I don't know. Since the jump, I never thought he was that funny. Like, I always felt like he kind of pushed his jokes a little bit too much, but like he's kind of funny. I just think he got
That's disrespectful.
Since the beginning, he was like already like the face of everything.
He wasn't though.
I mean, like he was pushed. Like,
this nigga,
he ran every joke you had in high
This
school.
nigga worked so hard to get where he was and wasn't nobody and got booed. You know, he tells that story. He got a fucking chicken wing, buffalo wing thrown at his fucking chest. This nigga was really a nobody. He was playing the short little guy who got no respect in all the movies to be a clown. Then he grew up. Now he's doing movies like what's that last movie he did with the helper?
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, with Bryan Cranston. What's that? What was that movie called?
Either
way, he's built his brand to a point where he's doing like so much. And even if you didn't personally find him funny, I always think when people make it to that level, it's like you gotta be doing something right. And Kevin Hart, I personally thought was hilarious. Now, is he getting a little more blander? I mean,
so maybe that's the question. Are we still rocking with his content and his style of comedy?
I'm supporting him in general, just because he's a black nigga putting niggas on.
Yeah, I support that thought too, but your jokes though.
Jake's like, I know that face. That's the face where it's like, nigga, what?
The jokes, like I watched The Last Irresponsible and it was okay.
But what do you think about his other works though?
I like
Seriously Funny.
Seriously Funny.
I'm a grown little man.
I'm a grown little man.
I think
that was
after that, it was done.
It was done after that.
Jones, you said something interesting. You was just like, he needs some new material. Like he needs to stop going off of like.
It's his brand of comedy. Like he does.
I like laughing my pain.
It's not that. I don't think his last show was in the U.S. I don't think
it was in London. It was in London. Yeah.
Oh. That's why he was kind of telegraphing.
So they're not funny in London?
Oh shit! That's what you said.
I'm asking.
That's different culture.
You gotta give them your material differently the first time.
Okay.
So I personally spoke to somebody that went and to the show, like two Irresponsible, sat in the audience and watched it, and he said that he's so happy he didn't pay for that ticket because he would have been sick. Because and he wasn't even trying to like talk shit. He said the reason why he said that is because he said he's been to shows like Dave Chappelle. He's been to shows like Cat Williams, and he said the way they give it up in their
it's hard
specials,
to compare though.
It's not like Kevin Hart. He left there feeling like that was funny, but like nigga,
in terms of Irresponsible,
give me more. Like what was that?
I just didn't find it that funny, to be honest with you. But I think he's a funny guy. I think he's funny, and he's definitely dope. It's just with that specific one, it just didn't.
So here comes my weird notions, right?
Y'all Drake
so I was watching it. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart, right? And from his last specials to this special, Kevin Hart doesn't seem right to me anymore. Like he seems very angry. He seems very, even with his deliverance of like his jokes and everything, it didn't feel like the old Kevin Hart. Like I felt like Kevin Hart in his last specials, he was so light and happy, and I felt that energy. You know, like he exuberant, and I think that's what propels him to such high heights. His energy, and like now it's just he's just an angry man who hates the world, and it's just like.
Do you think comedy is still his medium to express himself?
Yeah. I think he should stick to produce. I think he should stick to behind the scenes now, or even in movies. I think he should stick to movies more now because his content.
I don't watch Kevin Hart.
I don't even like Kevin Hart in movies.
Damn. So y'all niggas don't have a job. Niggas like don't have a job.
He did amazing. What was that movie called?
It was a drama, right?
Yeah, it was like he was like a caretaker.
I know
what you're talking about.
That movie was very
That movie was really good. Kevin Hart did a really good job.
It looked good. It looked good.
And it wasn't a comedy either.
It wasn't. I like when he.
Yeah, but he had funny moments.
Yeah, I like when he does that. I like when he like sticks to a serious role, but then he'll have those moments where he's Kevin Hart.
That was his first serious role though.
I don't mind. I
think we're just tired of his brand of comedy. Like it's
the upside.
Yeah.
Tired on his Google.
So do you guys want him to? Oh, that was a good movie. Do you guys want him talking about more controversial topics?
That's not Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's not. He said he's not doing that.
He said down at the Breakfast Club, he's trying to make that transition to more
controversy.
Serious.
Oh yeah, he got enough money now. He's like, look, I get
of like comedy, but he's trying to like
I think he got kind of shook up after that first scandal because he was kind of stainless up until he talked about it in his jokes.
He glossed over it. He didn't talk about it. He glossed over it.
You see, but like that was the first time he was exposed. Kind of Kevin Hart was stainless up until then.
He seemed very angry when he was even talking about that too.
The
like
backlash
that made me
of the
feel
internet is crazy. I like the backlash of the internet after you do something like that is. So I understand. Stay in your house, write your jokes.
Bro,
and then come out with a comedy special.
You cheated on your
Do
girl
what
in
y'all
Las
do.
Vegas and you're Kevin Hart. Like, I get the backlash, but
Had a
nigga, what
video
about
with
her?
J. Cole,
What about
like-
her? What about her? Like, that's embarrassing
That
as fuck.
video he did
Like,
with
You know what I
J. Cole was
don't
on.
like though? Two things. I
Here
don't
we go,
like
here we go.
how I don't
Here
like
we go.
how everyone say, "Oh, it's embarrassing for her." It's embarrassing for every nigga Cardi B drugged and robbed. It's embarrassing for that nigga.
Whoa.
Yo, pass the aux, pass the aux, pass the aux, pass the aux,
Secondly,
pass the aux,
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Like
We're
that
not talking about
ass, pass the
but
aux.
last point is though, I really think y'all draking him. I think y'all draking him. He's in the top.
Okay, I
He's
can
at the
agree with
top.
that.
No,
and now
I'm so-
everybody's finding every little thing to nitpick about his
I
show
don't
because
think-
now he's so popular and so popping and the face of comedy that he is under a microscope.
So
We're
why is
picking-
it? So why don't they do that with
pick.
Dave Chappelle, for example?
Dave Chappelle
Dave Chappelle's
disappeared.
done. He had his last. He had his last comedy special. the
Okay,
Equanimity
but
shit.
They
what
carried
I'm
their
saying
careers
is,
differently.
in comparison to Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle was at his highest. People weren't nitpicking
They-
every little thing.
They were. I mean, he had. You
'Cause
know,
he's-
remember they
he's
were
really
talking
good
about
at his
all
craft.
his comments that what he was saying about the transgender people. He was really
Yeah,
getting
they
a
was
lot of
getting
backlash
him,
for that.
Because
and
he's
what he
talking
was
about
saying
that, of
certain
course.
People like.
Homie disappeared and
I
went
feel
to
like it's
Africa for a little bit.
perspective, like, and again, Kevin Hart is. I'm sorry, Dave Chappelle is great, but when it comes to like,
What you about to
Kevin
say?
Hart is here.
Nah.
Financially
What are we?
speaking,
What are we?
We're
What are
not.
we talking
But
about?
we're talking about
What are we talking
comedy.
about?
Of comedy,
We're talking
what
about
he's gained
like
off
kings of
comedy is
comedy.
here.
We're talking about the craft of comedy, not everything else he's doing. We're
All
talking about in comparison to somebody like Dave
I know, but
Chappelle. We cannot say
Dave
that
Chappelle
Kevin.
never did a stand up in a football stadium.
It's because
What
of,
that mean?
What does that even mean?
Dave Chappelle don't need that.
No, I'm saying that again. Y'all Drake
And it's a
Kevin
different
Hart.
time, exactly.
Kevin Hart didn't. Kevin Hart was doing things comedians.
So
don't
you
do.
think Kevin Hart is the craft of comedy is
I'm
very
not saying, and the thing is, I feel like a lot of people love to stick on nostalgia. We grew up with that, so it's like, oh, the Chappelle Show ain't nothing better. It was better than the
But we
Chappelle
grew up
Show.
with Kevin Hart. If you think
That's-
about it too.
I feel like
We
Kevin
grew up
Hart's
with
mostly
Kevin Hart
nostalgia
was a
too.
staple.
Kevin Hart was not a staple. I mean,
He
had
was.
scary
What?
movies.
In high school, everyone
In
was
high-
like,
everybody was
"You
saying
gonna
Kevin
learn
Hart."
today."
You-
You
you
still
little
say it now.
short niggas. If you was short, you hated your life after Kevin Hart.
That's true.
Alrighty, we gonna get to the next topic anyway.
Alright, we still love you, Kevin Hart.
We got
Yeah, I
some
love
white
Kevin.
justice.
White justice.
She gotta get
I
convicted
wish I
first.
had it like those judges.
I need to see a conviction.
Yeah, I need to see a conviction.
Oh,
We
Becky
get-
caught a case.
Oh, Becky got a case.
Becky got a case.
Throw the gavel now.
She about to be in the Full House.
Throw the book down.
You gonna be in the real Full House?
Fuck out of here, yo! I'm Becky. They're gonna put her in a Martha Stewart prison where she gets massages every other week.
Well, it's still prison.
Like, please.
Still prison. I'll take that over nothing. I'll take that over zero. Like,
I'm Becky about to do a big Bertha.
if the people who
Yo,
don't
the
know.
only time white people go to jail for
Explain
big
it.
shit like that is if it has to do with money laundering.
Hell
If
yeah.
you're stealing money from
No,
America,
no,
That's our family. Don't do that.
Nah, but
These
to be
niggas.
honest though, I think the one thing that pisses me off
Explain
is
the
when
situation.
people do crimes that it hurts me personally when people do crimes that are out of my tax bracket. Like crimes that I cannot afford to commit, and people is committing crimes is getting me tight.
What's the crime?
So like,
What'd she
so
do?
basically what happened is we all know that she paid for her daughter. She basically paid the school for her daughters to get into school. Like, and they wanted to be a part of the crew team.
Is
or
that
whatever,
wrong?
To pay to get on the crew
Hell
team.
yeah, it's wrong.
Wait,
Hell
I'm not
yeah, it's
hell
wrong.
yeah,
if you
it's wrong.
got the money,
So it's like to get part of
Yeah, I'll
the
let
crew
you
team,
finish.
to be a part of the crew team, you know, the rowing, whatever. And so they never rowed a day in their life, like never got in a
never
row,
rode. The girl didn't even want to go
whatever.
to college.
So
Her daughter didn't even want
along
to go
with
to
that
college.
and getting found with all those other families in that conspiracy thing, then on top of that, she's getting a money laundering charge for giving $500,000 to a fake charity in order to do some type of scam with it. So at the end of the day, white justice brings a smile onto my face.
She hasn't been convicted yet, though.
Let her go to that AC jail. It'll still be. She'll get AC, ping pong, bev. She'll get all that shit.
All
But
the
it'll
good
be on her
concessions.
record. She got dropped from that shit. All those little white girls got dropped from all that shit. And I'm sorry I sound racist, but that's just the way it is.
Hey.
To be honest, I'm Becky
And-
since Full House. I forgot all about you. So whatever jobs they didn't give you, it's alright. Like we
kids are
good.
like, and her kids,
We
her
God,
kids are
everybody
influencers.
forgot.
Like her
good.
daughter had a palette, like a what's that shit? Like a contour or like a
makeup.
makeup shit with like like Sephora or whatever, they dropped her.
They dropped her. Yeah, they dropped her.
They did all that shit for real.
Becky caught a case. Becky caught a case. Becky caught a book.
She about to be in the full house.
In the full house.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna ask the question, but she's facing up to 40 years. So
she ain't gonna see 40 years.
Yeah, she definitely ain't gonna see 40 years. She gonna see 6 months in Martha Stewart jail.
Not with that white bread face. She not seeing 40 years.
Y'all crazy. So middle child, platinum, no features. Double platinum, no features.
Are we even surprised with J. Cole? He always has no features.
Yes, I am.
I'm not surprised
because niggas don't put respect on his name.
Niggas always put respect on Cole's name.
I think real niggas.
I feel like not a lot of people put respect on
mainstream society.
Maybe after KOD they started putting respect. They started putting respect on him.
Niggas know J. Cole's one of the top tier artists. He was on 21 Savage's fucking a lot. This nigga, like, come on.
I mean, rappers, real niggas who know of Jake, like, respect it. Like, the niggas who are fucking that bitch and I love her.
Who cares about the niggas who love her?
But even him, like, in that lane.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know. That's all those niggas. Fuck on that bitch and I love her. Fuck on that bitch in the covers. Hey, I don't even really like her. Hey. So, like, all those niggas, like, that's all Double XL's lane. They're on the cover of Double XL. Like, he was like, he's doing things like he's getting that mainstream love that he should have got. Like, doing an all-star game, like, performances. Like, he's getting that.
Where's Revenge of the Dreamers?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It'll come out in a few months.
It's gonna come out in a few months.
Maybe.
What? How you gonna go crazy with the marketing and promoting of that and then just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go away, we'll come back.
Just working on it. Isn't it crazy? Niggas is waiting on it.
I just thought about this. Isn't it crazy that nigga don't got a Grammy? Isn't that crazy?
Cole?
Yeah, he don't got a Grammy.
He don't need a Grammy. I mean, he
needs it.
He
don't need one, but
Cole
don't got a Grammy.
I would really like him.
Nas don't got a Grammy?
He don't need it.
Illmatic, he should definitely.
You know what they should do? They should do a Grammy award show for all great albums that should have won Grammys but didn't.
That's dangerous.
I think they should do that.
Then you gonna have
for like classics.
This album that was supposed to be.
I mean, people gonna talk shit regardless, but I think they should still do it. I think they should do like a Hall of Fame classics.
Like an honorable mention.
Yes.
Okay, like an honorable mention.
Yo, Grammys, if y'all do that, cut me my check.
I want a Grammy. I want a Grammy.
Yo, I like that. Grammy, if you guys do that, the Academy, cut me a check, alright? Or let me host it.
Facts.
That's crazy. But so he came out on tour. He came out at Drake's tour, and they were teasing us that they've been working. Yo, I love their friendship. Yo, Drake and Cole, I love that friendship.
That song not coming out till next year.
She's a Drake stan to the max.
Yo, Drake and Cole, you hate him, but that your favorite rapper, that's his best friend.
Drake is the biggest artist of our generation.
Facts.
Cole
but
too.
that track's not coming out till 2020. So
yeah, until 2025. What are you
stop getting excited when these niggas link up. Oh, a track's not coming out this year.
Whenever he brings somebody out on stage, he be so hype, and just to put his arm around them, I mean, like, he's such a loving scorpion.
He's bigger than Beyonce.
Worldwide, Beyonce's more worldwide.
I think
he's more relevant at the moment.
At the moment, I think he's
more relevant, but not bigger.
He's not bigger than Beyonce.
Beyonce's definitely more worldwide.
He's definitely getting up there though.
He don't got it. Once he get a hive,
he's touching that Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Bro, you go to the Nile River to get some water out of the stream, and somebody be like, Beyonce. Oh my God.
Is that the accent at the Nile River? Is that the accent?
No, they talk about Beyonce at the Nile River.
I know, that's disrespectful.
How is that disrespectful?
Yo, be in the comments all crazy. Be in the comments crazy.
Honestly, I'm African. I said that?
Nah, you ain't. It wasn't that bad. The accent.
Wow. All right, they were in the Great Wall of China, and somebody says Beyonce.
What the fuck was that?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
That's how they say Beyonce in other countries.
You might be missing that accent.
So you guys excited for a Drake and J. Cole collab?
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, next 8 years from now, I'm super excited.
You want to know why I'm
Yo, bump that. Why?
I am not excited because one. If Drake's next album is some introspective J. Cole type shit, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So you don't want bars?
I think Drake's
I don't
at
want
his
Drake
best.
stealing another wave.
Oh my God. How is he gonna be stealing another wave when he
Wait, hold on.
Yo, you got a real stand. She's getting tight. You got a real stand, bro. She's getting tight.
Yo, you remember New York in that meme where she's like, oh my
Let me.
I'm saying I don't want him stealing another wave.
So what wave he's gonna steal? He's gonna talk about kids not doing drugs?
He's gonna talk about his kid if he's going that way. He's gonna get real introspective on some like nothing was the same.
But what if that was his plan?
What
if that was
best
his best
album? Nothing was
album.
the same sonically.
When we put that
Thank
up,
Me
though,
Later was a
people
great
that
too.
and Take Care though was the best.
Thank Me Later was great too.
I like if you're reading this, it's too late.
I like that too.
I love that 6 p.m. in
But
New
that
York
was corny.
shit.
So when I'm with a girl, I like Take Care, but
Take Care, yeah.
I'm trying to get busy.
When you macking in the car. Joe's over there like, yeah, when I'm macking in the car or in the studio.
I don't think we got to worry about the wave thing. I think there's gonna be a dope track, and it's not gonna be a. Well, now that they're in different elements in terms of their popularity, because they were in different places when they made Jodeci and In the Morning, they're in different places, so it might be just some popping. Might be just some.
And as a Drake fan,
as
a Drake fan, I have to say Drake goes with the times. Like his last album, Scorpion, was a direct flashback at everybody, like comeback at everybody that was talking shit about. I mean, we're not talking about the project. We're just talking about he does that. So like whatever people are talking about or whatever the culture is saying he can't do, his next album usually always reflects that. So I think. I definitely feel like his next album he'll definitely be talking about Adonis.
So between that possible collaboration and What a Time to Be Alive 2, which one do you think is gonna be?
What a Time to Be Alive 2.
It's not coming too. That's not coming up.
It's not?
Future confirmed it. I thought Future confirmed it. Yeah, it's not.
Oh,
they would make bread. I don't know why. Future needs that.
I was low-key hyped for it.
I was hyped for it too. What a Time to Be Alive was fire.
Let that be a
Don't
call it that. Don't call it What a Time to Be Alive too. Don't call it that.
Yeah, What a Time to Be Alive.
If y'all get together, call something else, because that thing was something else.
Drake do be penning though. He said, what did he say in that line? He said, your shit remind me of a quarterback. Your shit is all in the past. Like,
he always does that though. He always gives you them jabs that make you feel like you ain't shit.
That's kind of hard.
He just said it nice.
It was dope. Way better.
His delivery's up.
Yeah.
You toying with it like Happy Meal?
Alright, that was a whack one. But that song was fire though. You with me? That song was fire though.
Alright, you got it.
3 dots.
Yo, Brady, play Coast Clear. Let's play a snippet of Coast Clear by Joey. Because we had a huge controversy about this one. Flapper Zombies, yo. Flapper Zombies are dope.
I like it. They dope.
I love me.
Whoa.
So what?
You was upset for a second.
Because I just love Meech so much. Like, he gets me angry.
Whoa.
Alright, what's up?
Shutter breath?
Alright, let's go. Coast Clear.
Yeah. Play from the beginning.
Remind me like a force field. We be eating good, swear I must be on my fourth meal. Call it that. Yeah, I got some beef up on my fourth.
He's like kicking that. Where the big K?
Nah, I'm not feeling
Yo, how y'all like that though?
I'm not feeling that.
Yo, it's about do your thing.
The first thing I'm gonna say that if this was like a local rapper, you guys would say this was trash, hands down.
Facts.
And you guys know it. And no hesitation, y'all
I like
would
when
say
Joey's
this
barring
trash.
niggas up.
I would say it's trash. It's just not what I listen to.
I think
Joey doing shit that I don't listen to.
With rap.
Where was wrong? And please explain.
Brady, as we're speaking, he was doing the whole mom thing, like I'm watching what they say because I'm about to blast them.
Elaborate.
First off, like you gotta also think about yourself, right? When you making music, right? You're not
he got up. I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going with it. When you're making music, you're always trying to push the envelope. You're always trying to find that new lane, that new sound, that new direction.
But that makes sense with your.
But it's so crazy because I'm not done.
Go ahead.
So with that being said, is that it's the people like that are like, oh nah, we like it better when he's barring up. He needs bars. We need to bring him bars. The nigga don't want to give bars all the time. He has his songs where he's got those bars. We know he could do that. Now he's trying to switch it up. Like, you eat chicken every day, my nigga. Like, let me get some lamb. Like, let me get some steak. Like, let me get some whatever. Like, let's switch up the taste. Let's switch up the flavors.
I feel you 100%. But if Jay switched up his flow, I'm using Jay-Z as an example. If Jay-Z switched up his flow, that shit would still be fire. Like, if Jay switched up his flow, that shit would still be fire. This was not fire. So I don't understand.
But who said he was dropping this on some like I'm trying to change the culture?
I feel like if you switch up your sound, honestly, as an artist, I feel like if you switch up your sound, that shit needs to be fire. Don't release it if it's not fire. Because to me, it's like I get it.
He thought that was fire. Is that when he dropped it?
It was that bad. It wasn't
bad.
But it was
the worst song in the world.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
If it wasn't Joey Badass, you wouldn't say that.
She's a professional hater.
Yeah, I think
it's not that you wouldn't say that. It's
I
like
didn't even say I hated the song. I just
professionally, like
Brady. If I don't agree with you, I'm a hater. I don't hate the song. I'm just saying that I don't think it's that good.
If it wasn't Joey who was doing that hook, we wouldn't hate it as hard. But it's just that it's Joey.
But guess what the question was? The contention of the question was Joey, being that he is in the song.
She wants to use words she can't spell.
Anyway, I get it that if it wasn't Joey, we wouldn't be saying that. But the main question was,
it is Joey.
It is Joey, and we don't like it.
It's a good song. Who's we?
It's a good song. I'm glad you like it.
I like it.
The song's alright. I don't like. He did some stuff with his melodies. Cool, Joey. I hope you do some more of that. But
bar up, Joey. Bar up.
Have fun. Like I feel him. Have fun.
We got bars for you,
What's
nigga.
up? My pen game ready. Bar up.
Bar up for you, nigga.
I like Flatbush Zombies though. I like that part.
What does that even?
They was doing melodies too, kind of.
Yeah, and I fuck with it because that's what they do. They always do that. Yeah, that's what they do.
Bars and melodies.
It wasn't
just that's their thing. I mean, I get what you're saying with the whole they could switch it up and shit, but I just feel like when you switch it up, I have to.
We ain't like the way
as a fan, I have to love it if you switch it up.
One piece of many different types of things he could switch it up to, so you might
That's
not like
facts.
that one.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
and when we get to the next
so
one, we'll talk about it in PassTheAux.
Joey, bar up.
That's it.
Yeah, it's hard because he dropped 1999. Like that's what we thinking about with Joey. Like, how you gonna drop 1999?
America, tap it into my phone, and then Coast Clear. I mean, I guess it still goes.
It's not even that. Like if he was doing the melodious shit, like cool, but it's just some melodies I heard before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you guys think that we force him into the conscious box?
It's a cool track. It's simple.
So you think that? You think we force him into the conscious box?
Yeah.
Joey?
Yeah.
100%.
Who's in the conscious box?
A lot of niggas.
That was nice.
Kendrick, Joey Badass,
Lupe
invented conscious rap. Literally.
Logic, we put Logic up there.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Common's in there.
Common. Nas. Jay.
Nas is in there. But Nas said he's in there.
Nas 50-50,
Jay's 50-50.
Nas is conscious, but
Nas said he's conscious.
You know what I'm saying?
Pac, Biggie, a lot of conscious.
Biggie's not conscious.
They not calling it.
They were 50-50.
They not calling him conscious rap.
They
not calling him.
Biggie wasn't conscious, but he was still
out
shoot your daughter in the calf muscle, fuck a tussle.
But like suicidal thoughts, like he would do conscious stuff.
This nigga was talking crazy in his raps, bro. Like we talking about like I think personally,
but mental illness.
Like,
he talked a lot about
Nipsey,
mental illness.
You talk about like bring him back to that whole Nipsey thing. When you talk about Nipsey and you compare him to the Pacs and the Biggies. I'm sorry, I'm from New York. I love Biggie, but Biggie was out here spewing poison. Like Biggie was out here.
I don't think
conscious rapper. I don't think he was out here on a bigger.
But he talked about mental illness. Consciousness is spreads the spectrum.
So good, I'll suck on your daddy's dick. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
But let's not forget, when I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. I'm a piece of shit.
Suicidal thoughts. He talked about mental illness. He talked about shit like that. That is conscious though. Mental is conscious.
I don't. He's never been in that box.
He's never been in that box. He's not in the conscious box, but he could. He has stepped into consciousness.
I don't.
Biggie. He has stepped
when he died? No, like
you talking about
sky's the limit. We gonna forget sky's the limit.
Suicidal thoughts, like I think he stepped into consciousness.
I don't. I mean, if you want to,
I think Joe would put him there. Right. He's just a lyricist.
Yeah, if you want to put him there, cool.
I mean,
then you could say Meek Mill is conscious too.
I mean, to be honest, Jay-Z the best rapper.
Facts. That's a fact. Jay-Z the best.
Jay-Z the best rapper.
He not my favorite, but he the best rapper out here.
That's a great way to put it.
No, y'all gotta say the best rapper out. He's the best rapper.
Bro, every episode.
Who my favorite? My favorite 3 right now is Kendrick.
He said one. He didn't say one.
It's hard to do one.
He said one.
My favorite one.
He want to slip in the 3.
My favorite rapper.
Your favorite rapper? Hold on.
You say Andre 3 Stacks.
Eminem, bro?
Eminem's.
Andre 3 Stacks. I said 3 Stacks.
Eminem the best rapper. Chill, bro.
Andre got 3 Stacks. He got 3
Get out of here. Eminem's tired.
You said Eminem's not the best rapper.
Eminem's tired.
You said 3 Stacks?
Brady's sus, yo. Brady's sus with just blackness. Like
Eminem the best rapper, bro. He white.
Nah.
He the best rapper.
Eminem a tired white boy.
Brady be saying shit that
that's why he gets sold out shows. The
Brady's
privilege of the
smart
first
though.
2 albums.
On this podcast, he makes it so like white people could love him still, even though he'll low key sneak in the jabs here and there. Like, yo, you're too much. All right, so before we wrap up the episode, we're gonna highlight some black excellence because we got a lot. Alrighty, so D.
Talk about black excellence real quick. Can I play something real quick? Yeah, talk about black excellence.
She's about to play some stupid shit. I can feel it. Smack children, black excellence.
Black excellence.
What is this?
Came with the 30.
Black
Yo.
excellence. Black excellence. Comethazine and
I never heard of
crazy.
comethazine.
I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the
Bro,
trigger.
like I said,
that melody
so
was heat,
back
dog.
to highlighting black excellence. We're not gonna have conversations about each of these. I'm really gonna just be.
I'm leaving with a
Oh
body.
my god.
Comethazine.
Oh, he's really a rapper.
That name is fire.
That's really-
Promethazine. That
You
shit.
like that name?
Promethazine.
Yeah,
That's
fire.
fire.
Comethazine is
Comethazine. I come into the building. What's your name?
Comethazine?
Comethazine.
They gonna think you on
Isn't
drugs off
promethazine
the
like
rip.
the lean shit?
Lean is
That's
so
whack. Like the lean
Lean
is whack.
is corny.
That's whack.
And your
Called
stomach, you get
methazine.
mad
That shit is
fat.
just
Like that's
poison.
not the wave, rappers.
Hey.
And girls probably still be playing with that belly fat. Nasty.
Ew.
Yo,
You see that shit?
disrespectful.
Yo, I can
visual
see
I did
Don
not
Q
need.
coming out like, baby, rub my belly.
Oh wow.
You gonna get it down. You
Yo,
like that?
I hope Don Q.
Out of all the fat niggas, you gonna get Don Q?
Don Q, yo, Don Q
lean
look
belly.
like he slapped
Funny
bitches,
story?
bro.
Yo,
Oh my god.
Funny story
Don
though.
Q look like he beat
Funny
bitches,
story.
bro.
I was doing Uber, right, and I was picking up this. I went to this rich ass house, super rich, man, and I pulled up and it was black.
Super rich, you could tell the difference.
Yeah, you could tell between rich and super rich. This is super rich, bro. So I pulled up and and
that
the
rich
nigga-
rich.
The nigga's name on the
Rich.
shit was Andre, right? So I'm just expecting a black nigga, right? Some ass nigga come out, and then I see like a light skinned like nigga come out, and I'm like, is that Don Q? And he's just like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, this is dead Don Q. And Don Q goes inside. He's just like, yo, the Uber driver know who I am. He gonna wait for me. I'm like, no,
No,
I'm
I
not.
ain't.
You got 2 minutes,
You don't know what Uber
You
driver
got 2
this is.
minutes, bro. You got 2 minutes, nigga.
Nah, nigga.
Feeling themselves, bro.
How they look in person? He look healthy?
I see a good rapper, man.
He's a good ass rapper.
He a good
nigga.
rapper, bro.
Oh my god.
Good-ass
So
rapper.
real quick, I'm just gonna state these things and then we're gonna wrap up the show,
What's
right? All right, so Lil Nas X, whatever. Nas X.
Lil
I just wanna
That
highlight
song is
him
fire.
because of the fact
Let me
that
just play a snippet.
Yeah, play
Let me
some.
play
That shit fire. That song is fire.
Let me just play a snippet. Nah, that shit fire.
Word.
The horses are in the back.
That shit fire.
Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X. Why did everybody do that?
Ride till I can't no more. I got the horses in the back. Horse stock is
That song is fire. I can't hold it.
That shit
Yeah,
fire.
That shit hard. That was a
I
good way to
like
cross
the
over.
fact that he collabed with Billy Ray Cyrus
Yeah.
and they really made that fire.
Try and
And
tell the
it's
world
on the way to
country.
beat Drake's singles.
It did. It
Yeah,
did.
already
Oh, it
beat
did?
It smashed
Yeah,
it.
Yes, Black Excellence.
God's plan. They beat
Single
God's
week
plan.
streams.
Wow.
Like, in a week.
After I state Black Excellence, we
Don't
gotta
worry,
snap
this
for
summer
them,
Drake
alright?
got something for your ass.
Nah, word. Drake
Word.
always
Drake
lets
is
some
not
nigga
letting
beat
them.
his record, and then he beats that record every time.
We got Kofi
I had a few chickens
Kingston.
back in my
Hey,
alley.
hold on, this is important. This is important.
We got the Kofi Kingston, first African American to
Kofi.
win a WWE championship. All right, I gotta say some haterade shit.
Whoa.
Is it really an accomplishment when the sport's not even real?
Yes, when
Hell
you work
yeah.
your ass off.
Hell
because
yeah.
he's working.
You know why? Because he had to convince everybody in that room to let him be the winner.
Yeah, bro.
It's not even a real sport.
He convinced everybody in that room to let
Are
him
we
win.
bigging up
So-
black
Kofi
people or
Kingston,
what?
he's a wrestler, right? And he's been a wrestler for a very long time. He once had
How
this,
long?
Over a
long
decade.
time.
Over a
11
decade.
years, right? 11 years, right? So he's been a wrestler for 11 years, and he's been working, grinding, match after match after
Oh, you
match,
know him?
and he's official. Shut up. And he's officially the first black
You wasn't in there
WWE
shooting in the
champion.
gym?
And that's dope. Because Isn't that crazy?
First
Right
black
now,
WWE champion.
Somebody else.
Booker T was the world heavyweight champion, but he wasn't the
WWE champion.
The Rock. He's like Samoan. He's not black.
He's not black.
He's Samoan. We don't count that.
So no joke, the first
Not
dark
black,
skin
he's
nigga.
Samoan.
Y'all could
black.
have told me he
He's
was
black.
Spanish. I'd have believed that shit. The Rock was Dominican. Fuck
Dígame.
Hey, yo.
All right, next sport that isn't real, basketball. D-Wade's retirement.
Yo, you want to hate, but basketball has a big
Nah,
ties to hip hop.
I'm just joking. I love basketball. I
Basketball
love
is
basketball.
fucking
Shout out
That's
D-Wade.
that
Shout out
Shout out
D-Wade.
D-Wade. The
D-Wade.
fucking great.
Yes.
The great.
D-Wade.
the third best shooting guard ever to play the game.
Agree.
Who's the
Michael Jordan and Kobe.
Somewhere. Just say he.
Michael Jordan and Kobe.
Okay.
Say one.
That's fair.
Third best shooting guard ever.
That's fair.
Ever. That's not a shade.
Just leave it. You don't rank him. Don't rank him.
Kobe, that's not shade.
That's not a shade.
It's not. We don't gotta rank the dude though.
That's hard to.
No disrespect to
That sound bad,
Gabrielle
the
Union,
third
but
best.
D-Wade been looking good, man. And I hope you continue to look good after your retirement. Thank
the only
you
one
for
that's
being the
gonna get
eye candy when I didn't want to watch the game, but I wanted to watch you.
You only watch
Thank
Miami?
you. 2 claps. 2 claps.
That's how you know she can't count. She said 2 claps.
And lastly, lastly,
She said 2 claps. That's 2, right?
and lastly, all right. Oh my God. And lastly,
All the spice.
Tiger Woods. He won
Tiger
his
Woods.
fifth Masters. His fifth Masters, his first major
Black
victory
back
since
on top.
2008. So black people on top.
This is the year getting your masters.
Do we care about that?
He got his masters.
Yes.
We support that.
But yo, I respect it because
He got his masters.
We support
I
that.
respect it too because he had a lot of back injuries and people did not expect him to come back. Yeah, and he came back and did it.
I'm sorry.
Resilience.
I'm not gonna lie. Look.
Oh boy.
Can I tell you something? I'm sorry. Tiger, I love you, but you got a back injury playing golf, my nigga. You are soft, my nigga.
He said,
Nigga, this is it. 4.
Tiger, Brady would love Tiger. Brady would love your wood. And on that note, and that's that 5th episode of PassTheAux, yo. Stay tuned for our next episode. Shout out to Nipsey. We love you so much. Rest in paradise. Rest in paradise.
My brother.
We will definitely.
brother.
The marathon continue.
Where you going out to? Where you going out
You know how
to?
that go.
Catch us in the next episode of PassTheAux, all right?
Hustle and
Don't forget,
motivate.
comment, like, and subscribe, all right? And
Let's
if you
get
ain't
it.
fucking with us, it says a lot.
Smaller, everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District, tourists like yo.
You can hear the
Holla
Cali.
at me, I got Cubans on the low. From